What's good, everybody? We're back at part 5. If you haven't seen the other ones before, go check them out right now. Links will be in below. Make sure you give this one a like. Let's get up to 20 likes on this one, at least minimum. We're doing a new start, new me, new year, new school, new competitions. Let's get it, baby.
Perfect.
Within this year is the first year of my high school. We're at the 13 years age group. We are going to a new school, which is Naji College, which means that I was in the GPS system. With that opportunity, I was playing a little bit of sports. I like trains asked me how many times did I train a week, or how often did I train at this age. At this point in time, throughout my career, I was only training once a week. And I found a new coach at the time, and I was still grade 8 to about grade 12. I was doing one training session a week, and other than the school athletic season, I didn't train any more than that. I don't know. I think it was because I was so active as a kid, and I was always playing basketball outside with my brother. We made up heaps of different games outside, so I was always doing something. That answers your question. That year I did the March Nationals. I was still 12 at this point. First I ever heard about this other Nationals. We went to it. I did pretty well. I think I won all my events, mainly because at that stage there's not a lot of people that go for the under 14s age group. And then I got to do long triple and high jump for the first time. Anyway, fast forward, going through our school sporting season, I was still a bit iffy about being at the new school. She was really encouraging me to do pretty much to try out a lot of different sports. I go to the rugby trials. You see these guns, they ain't none. I don't know why I thought I had any business of going to the rugby trials, but I did because everyone else was going there. I thought I was actually playing a lot better, even though I'd never played the sport before ever in life. Ended up getting into the C team at school, and your boy scored 2 tries, first game ever, and then I went into early retirement. I went into retirement mainly because they were thinking about promoting your boy into the next team, and I was like, I don't really like this too much, so I do not want to be playing at a high level competition. Move past that, we get into basketball season at school. Obviously, I wasn't Shemmy Buckets at this point. I was just Shemaiah.James, they used to call me. Why I was called Shemaiah.James was because I had no J, so no jump shot. I know kids and teachers could be kind of cruel to you, boy. Year 8 was the first year that I was able to start dunking. Obviously, having that high jump background, I was able to throw the tiniest little jam down. Being at this new school meant I was able to do the GPS athletics competitions. Because I had come from a little athletics background, your boy ended up being in so many different events when it came to GPS. Well, at the meets, throws, I was doing long, triple, high, hurdles, 100, 200 relays. I was doing it all, but when it came to the big showdown, we did a lot of events, and we'll get to that in a second. We had a new setup for what our regional competition, so I was in a completely different region. Went from Sunshine Coast to Met North, and back when I was in primary school, Met North were the ones that was dominating. I went to a harder region. I felt long, triple, high, able to get through the states. Same thing for the 1s and 2s at the younger age still, because I was still at 13. I was I think at least 6 foot. I was a tall kid. I was either 5'11" or 6 foot. I was a lot taller than all the other kids. So many of my grade 8 clothes still fit me. That's how tall I was back then. In regards to athletics, there was a GPS competition, there was school state still, and then we had a knockouts competition, which was just a competition that had all the different schools come together. So I was in the junior age group, obviously. Get through the states, long, triple, high. This was the very first year. I was so devastated because of it. And this just proves that this can happen to any single person. So with my athletes now, I strive on perfection in the whole process leading up to the jump. So I'm talking about your run up, what you're doing beforehand, what you got to do in the run up to make sure that you're consistent, because we don't want fouls. My very first long jump competition, this is the very first event that I'm doing at the States. Big jump, foul. Second jump, again, another big jump, foul. Third jump, obviously as a 13-year-old, I was young, didn't know what to do. I knew I was like the favorite coming into this. I was panicking. Shouldn't have panicked, should have just done what I need to do. Anyway, it happened. I moved my run up back like a whole meter. Run down, slow down as well, so that I can make sure I get this on. End up taking off behind the board by like a meter. I jumped like, I think it was like a 540 maybe. Put me into 9th place on my 3rd round out of the top 8. So, which meant I missed out on the top 8 and couldn't progress any further. Being the favorite always comes down to what you do on the day. Had another situation like that in future World Juniors. I was obviously distraught, I was crying, but we bounced back for the triple jump and the high jump. So coming off of this from the last video, I talked about down under competition, having a 182 personal best. I jumped 185 on the day. We fast forward to the triple jump. Not exactly sure how far the distance was, but I know that it would have been over 13 meters. Because I went back to the GPS the other day and finding my GPS handbook and seeing all the records that I had in it from like each age group. Long, mainly triple. I had a triple jump record I think every single year. I'm pretty sure it would have been over 13 meters. And I think I got that state record as well. I think the state record was like 1284. So we get through states, win everything, and I said to mom, I'm like, we'll save some money this year so we don't have to go to nationals. I didn't go to the national championships, but I went to the knockout 2010. Being 13, and I had to compete at the knockout as an intermediate age group, so I was 16, 15 and 14-year-olds. Obviously because of how I did in the long jump at the States, getting pumped up, and at the knockout I ended up jumping 6 meters 21. I completely skipped over what I did in the GPS. So GPS athletics 2010 was the very first year that I got to do GPS, and I did 6 events that day. 13. I was so exhausted. I remember my body was hurting for like 3 weeks straight, and especially coming off of the States week the week before. Anyway, I still got pictures of it. So this picture here is when I was doing high jump. We cleared 1 meter 88, and that was like amazing. That was crazy. I ended up winning the high, winning the long, winning the triple. Long jump, I jumped 6.0 something. Had to do 4x1, 4x400, and hurdles. Oh my goodness, that was the most exhausting thing we ever do in my life. Long story short, we're going into the next year under 14s with athletics. We didn't get to do the States, and we didn't get to go to March Nationals that year because I broke my ankle. Stupid. And guess how I did it? Playing basketball. There was this track classic, and nudgy boys always help out there, and that's what I had put my name down to do. We was waiting around at the school, and these year 11 dudes was just like, hey, can you dunk? I was like, can I dunk? And this was on the outdoor court. I still don't understand how it happened, but it did. They gave me the ball, and I was like, I don't have any shoes. I had my formal shoes on, so I just ditched those, put those to the side. I still have my socks on. Stupidest thing ever. I was like, I won't slip because I'm on an outdoor court. Logic's there, right? I thought so. Go to dunk, ball goes in the air, I slip. I'm like skidding forward like this. I hit my head, I hit the back of my head on the ground, and my ankle breaks. How does that happen? I don't know. That makes no sense to me. All this had happened like a week or two before we were supposed to go to that March Nationals. And I remember Mum had just paid it off too, and she was not happy. Ain't that right, Mama? I love you. Thank you for putting up with that. So after that, I was out for a bit and having to recover from the broken ankle. So that gets into the next part where we will keep on talking about that. But thank you for watching this series. I'm hoping you're enjoying it so far. It gets more and more interesting as we go along. Love, peace, you boys out, and deuces.